An interesting question came up this week where someone asked, why do so many people who have been in narcissistic relationships, why do they feel that things didn't work out because of them? They just weren't enough. They couldn't do enough. And why do they feel guilt? Now, regardless of whether this was a relationship with a parent, a sibling, maybe a romantic relationship, or even a friend, what you'll generally find are the answers are all pretty much the same. And that is because from the narcissist's perspective, you were actually the problem. You couldn't do enough because you are inept. You couldn't predict the future or read their mind. So you couldn't keep up with their constantly shifting ideas and their whims, nor could you predict their moods. You couldn't manage their triggers for them, no matter how you modified your behaviour. They would still get anxious, they would still get angry, they would still get upset no matter what you did. Even you're having friends or family, or even having other interests in your life, well, to them, that was like an act of betrayal. How dare you? And because of both gaslighting and projection, narcissistic people can be pretty good at leading others to believe that they are responsible for their happiness, their behaviours, even their moods or their abusive behaviour. Some cases, a narcissistic person might even try to convince their victim that they are responsible for their own abuse. Because narcissists frequently project their own insecurities, their own behaviours, their own attitudes, even their own shame and self-loathing onto other people. They convince other people that they are flawed, they are in error, they are wicked, they are evil. Whatever the issues, whatever the problems are in the relationship, have nothing to do with them. And over a long period of time, this can have people internalise those criticisms and those insults. And this can lead to a deep-seated belief that maybe they just weren't enough to make the relationship work. But what also happens is a process known as trauma bonding. And this often happens through a series of intermittent reinforcements, so there could be little minor abandonments, rejection, and disapproval. People experience things like the silent treatment, there's upset, and there's outrage. But these are all little punishments aimed at getting someone to comply. And what could be going on at the same time are little rewards, so there could be fun, laughter, moments of tenderness and kindness. And over a period of time, people can be left in a state of hyperarousal, hypervigilance. They're in a constant state of stress and anxiety, a constant state of fight or flight. It's like their bodies are flooded with cortisol. They're waiting for the next attack, the next insult, the next criticism. But they're also hoping for and seeking a little dopamine hit of some kind for any kind of approval from the narcissist. Anything that's going to ease that distress for them. And what often happens is people become conditioned to prioritise the narcissist's demands, often at the expense of their own needs. Thing is, though, those demands are very rarely met, and even if they are, it's not for long, and they're constantly shifting. And if that narcissistic person is highly skilled at manipulation, they might condition their victim to believe that the only person who can help them, the only person who can heal them, is the person who is hurting them. And that's often why we keep on trying to make things better. Now, even after that relationship has ended, some people might still hold on to that feeling that they didn't do enough. Maybe they could have done a bit more. Maybe they could have tried something differently. They might even wonder that maybe if they went back, if they tried again, things would be different. And again, a narcissist who is highly skilled at manipulation will play on this. This is where you often see the hoovering. The promises of this wonderful future together if you give it another go. The pain that they're going to go through if you don't. The next question is, how do you break the cycle? Well, the first thing I'd say is maybe it's about time for a reality check. Maybe it's about being honest with yourself. Because this isn't about how you weren't enough. This is about them. This is who they are. This is how they function in the world. You couldn't love, reason, or plead with them, not because of you, but because of them. Let me put this into a context. How do you negotiate with selfish? How do you come to an agreement with someone who is intensely disagreeable? How do you get someone who denies reality to see reason? You can't. No one can. It would be like asking the cat to make you a coffee. So you're not being able to rescue, fix, or reason with a narcissist is not a reflection on you. It's about them. So recognize it for what it was. And those mixed feelings we get aren't necessarily a sign of weakness. They're more like a normal part of the healing process. It doesn't mean you're flawed, and it doesn't mean you made the wrong choice. And if you left someone who Maybe claim that they really did need your help. Well, something for you to consider is, if they needed you that badly, then why did they treat you like crap and take you for granted? The next time you're feeling guilt, next time you're feeling as if you just weren't enough, maybe ask yourself, whose voice is it you're hearing? Is it yours or is it theirs? This is where counseling can be useful to help expunge some of the remnants of that manipulation. I hope that answered the questions. I hope you find this helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.